what would you say is the best concert you've ever been to? Obviously, you were involved in a punk scene for a little while, so you've probably seen some good shows in basements.
Yeah. Well, believe it or not, so I saw a lot of like Under Oath growing up, those type of bands, but the best concert I've been to was actually Ben Folds with the with kind of like a symphony behind him, and it was just brilliant.
I could buy that.
I don't know why.
No.
Yeah, he was so charismatic and funny, and his music is just...
His politics are so crappy, but yes.
I know. I was about to say he probably is super left-leaning, but...
Oh, no, he's like crazy left-leaning, politically activated left-leaning, too. It's bad.
Oh, really? I haven't followed him since, that was before we got married, but that concert was just
like 2010,
hilarious.
maybe?
Yeah.
I can't remember that tour when it was coming through.
Oh yeah, I wanted to go, but I was like, yeah, for tickets at the venue in Cleveland.
Yeah, he was charging a lot, but like he's got that song, "The Bitch Went Nuts." He sat in my basketball, and it's just good stuff.
I would have loved to have been old enough to see Ben Folds 5 when they were touring. That's where it would have been for me.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I have some of their stuff too. Yeah, before it was just Ben Folds.
I loved his bass player in that band.
Okay, I'm not too familiar. I mean, I've heard their music, but I don't know the actual musicians in the band.
I don't really know much about him. I just know him as the bass player of Ben Folds 5.
Okay.
he has a very definitive style of bass playing that I appreciate.
Okay.
It's like piano rock.
But I would say, maybe a second concert I enjoyed was the Green Day "American Idiot."
Ooh, that's a lot to stomach.
I know. I'm sorry.
Technically, he's a libertarian.
Oh God.
Technically, but not really, right?
I mean, it depends how wide we're defining that term. Yes.
Yeah. So, again, you gotta remember, this is like high school for me, which is 2003. My politics weren't quite in line as they are today. But then there was all the bands I saw in Providence. Stone Sour.
Oh wow,
that would have been a fun show.
Yeah,
that's a throwback.
Stone Sour. Man, that concert. I mean, you want to talk about a mosh pit? I mean, it was just like it was bloody. It was. And the thing is, a lot of people think of Stone Sour just. Yeah, I know, but it was rough. I mean, there was some. It was some serious heavy metal, but there was Stone Sour. I think Avenged Sevenfold.
They're a great show.
Yeah,
I caught
Non-Point.
I haven't listened to them in ages.
Oh man! So the drummer from Non-Point, I don't know his name, but the way he rapidly moves the bass drum with his legs is just insane. Like, to see it live, I was just blown away. I was just completely blown away.
Interesting.
So Non-Point was fun to see. Who else? The Used. I don't even know if they're around anymore.
Actually, they just released something a couple months ago, I feel like. It wasn't very good.
Yeah. No, of course, yeah.
I mean, what's his name? They're getting old is also weird in and of itself.
Right.
Aging emo kids is always a weird thing.
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, he's had his demons that I feel like they're only endearing when you're in your 20s. At a certain point, you just start looking haggard and dangerous.
Yes.
And he looked haggard and dangerous.
There you go.
Yeah.
So.
Saw them. But yeah, I mean, I think, yeah.
You've seen some decent shows there then.
Yeah.
How about this? This is a fun question for me. If
Okay.
you had what would be a soundtrack moment for you? Is there a moment in your life or a time period in your life that you just is inextricably linked to a song?
That's a really good question.
Like, what was the song the first time you got laid? Or were you humming something when your child was born?
I'd be honest. Yeah, most of the times, it's just quick and dirty for us. So not a lot of time for music. Just gotta go.
That's
I don't
parenting
get
there.
to listen to many songs, but I mean, the process of getting the appropriate music picked out is important.
Sure.
Okay, so his entire high school years are summed up in a Weezer album, is what I'm assuming.
You probably
Green
have
Album
it, right?
defined his life for 2 years.
Weezer was there.
I'm only guessing because based on the bands you've named, you're about the same age as I am.
Most probably.
I think you're a little younger, but not much.
Yeah. I mean, Weezer was okay. I sometimes I went for the harder stuff. Like there was a band called As I Lay Dying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I wanted some of that stuff. I still listen to today.
Are they the one that had the front man go to jail for raping babies?
No, that was Lost Prophets, I think. I remember that.
Well, that guy definitely did too. There was another one though.
Oh, there was another one.
Yeah, there's been a surprising number of those guys that were apparently real fucking creeps.
Yeah, it's weird.
Great. Yeah. Well. Shit. But
go figure.
Yeah, I mean, go figure. Yeah, I mean, their music was pretty.
All those really weird preachy Christian bands that were fronted by lunatic creep shows.
Right.
There you
go. And I like another band I like to listen to is like Rise Against.
Okay.
And that was some of the stuff I grew up listening to. So back to your original question, I guess a song that really stands out for me. I think it's going to be the Creedence Clearwater Revival song, and of course it's for slipping my brain about what's the name of the song is, but it's the one where he's saying Senator's son.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fortunate
son.
Yeah.
Unfortunate, fortunate son. That for some reason just both politically and like.
Oh, I know what I'm. Not to get off topic, but I know what.
No, it's okay.
The other guy didn't rape a child. That was the dude from Lost Prophets. He hired a hitman to kill his wife.
That's what it was from Lost. Yeah. Yeah.
Which band was he in?
Dude, I don't.
Yeah. So was it As I Lay Dying? Did they have some issue? I don't even know.
It was one of those bands over there, but yeah.
Really?
I'm about to find out.
Fortunate Son. That's an interesting song to kind of pick out.
Well, it's an anti-war song.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's why. Seeing that we've been at war since 9/11, and even before that,
As I Lay Dying's Tim Lambesis apologizes for trying to hire a hitman to kill his ex-wife.
There you go.
That's pretty libertarian, though.
Well, I mean, let the market handle it.
I mean, I feel like hiring someone to kill someone else is an act of aggression, but
well, yeah, kind of breaking the nap a little there.
Right, that's right. But somebody would say, well, how do you handle the free market how does the free market handle that?
I know how the free market handles that. I mean, it depends what she did. Do you bring her up on charges, and then in your separate system, does that separate system choose to separate you two and put her someplace else, or choose to punish? I do not think. I do not. Yeah, I mean, damages is pretty much how everything would go.
Yeah.
Locking people up doesn't really make a whole lot of sense.
Yeah.
Unless they're an actual danger to human beings.
Right.
And in which case, I'm sure that if they're that much of a danger, society at large would be willing to find a way to keep them separate.
Yeah.
I don't have trouble chipping in if they're gonna eat my children. Let's keep them locked up. I'm sure we can all pass a hat.
Yeah.
They probably wouldn't be fed all that well, but you know.
I mean, it could be like an Escape from New York scenario or whatever, you know.
Oh, God, what a good movie.
That's a good movie.
Yeah.
My favorite. Is it the Danzig flag or whatever it is there?
Yes, yeah. Don't tread on me.
Yeah, well,
I think every libertarian's favorite flag.
Well, but my favorite version of it is the one that I designed, where it has Snake Plissken instead of the snake.
I love it.
And it's just Snake there saying, "Don't tread on me."
Yeah.
We have buttons printed up, and I need to get those made out.
Right.
I like that. I would, and I think the other version of that flag is the libertarian one, which somebody came up with. Don't tread on anyone.
Oh, that's a good thought. Yeah. How about that?
I like the no step on snack.
Oh yeah. So funny enough, I almost got that tattooed on me. The "Don't tread on me" snake, but
it's back in your neocon phase, though, right?
Yeah, I would say it was a little almost too conservative. So I'm glad I didn't do that. And so now I have no tattoos.
There you go.
I don't know. I stopped. People ask you how many tattoos you have, and I think at a certain point, you're just like, well, I don't know. How do I even quantify? Like, it's not like one tattoo at a certain point. It's just
like this arm or this body part.
A half of this arm is completely covered. I don't know what that constitutes, but
that's awesome.
I'd have a lot more if they weren't so damn expensive.
Yeah, I think I would do it if I didn't have kids. Maybe, I don't know. But the thing is, I keep going back and forth. I can't settle on what I want.
Well, that's why you get it, and then you get another, and then another,
right?
And then eventually, you know, I mean, you got you've got a lot of skin to cover before it starts being a problem.
Okay, I like that.
I remember when I got my first one, like in a visible place. When I got my first one on my arm.
Yeah.
But that was like, my mom never cared about it before, but that one she had some questions about. Because at that point, you're no longer, there's no hiding it.
Right.
Like, you have to wear, you were going to wear long sleeve shirts to any normal job that you have from here on out.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think when you move on to hands, that's like when you've made the official statement that I am done having real jobs.
I'm going to be a bouncer for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I don't have any on my hands yet.
No, not yet. I mean, I worked with a guy in corporate America that was covered head to toe except for his face and hands.
Huh. It's a little bit less of a stigma now, obviously.
Yeah, definitely. But I tell you though, my first job, they're like, I had earrings, and they're like, "Can you remove those earrings?"
Aww.
And
and you walked out, right?
No, I needed the money.
What kind of anarchist is this guy? You're right. You are.
I know. I'm
you are a minarchist.
Well, I probably am a minarchist. Well, when you're trying to feed your family,
right?
You know,
yeah. You have responsibilities.
You've got responsibilities.
So you go and hustle. That's what you do.
And that's what I'm trying to do.
Start selling rock.
He's selling the closest legal equivalent. He's selling coffee.
That's a very valid point. Good catch, Liz. Yeah. Very good catch there. So he's like he's the notorious B.I.G. of the liberty movement over here.
I'm all about it. Give me some of that coffee, man.
Yeah. I'm selling the closest thing to rock, man.
I just want to.
Whatever you can buy it, and whatever you do with it, snort it, inject it. I don't.
That's up to you.
Don't tell me. It's up to you.
Do you watch American Dad at all?
I've watched a couple of episodes of American Dad.
I just wanted to scream. Principal Lewis, there's a line where Steve's asking how he got his luscious butt. And he goes, and he's like, these. And he holds up a box of donuts and he goes, black bagels, everybody.
What does it have to do with coffee?
What? Here, Liz. Yes, what do donuts have to do with coffee?
All right,
that's a very good question.
Right.
Why don't we go ask Dunkin' Donuts?
Fair enough.
One of the biggest sellers of coffee in the country.
Yeah.
I don't know what they have to do with each other.
Jeez. right.
I don't know why you didn't naturally associate donuts and coffee.
Because I
That's
don't.
a big
Like, I want my
question for
donuts
me.
over here, and I want like all of the coffee. Give me all
Black
of the
bagels.
call. Okay. Anyway, so let's move on to the big question. On to the